Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. My name is Chrissy, and today we're going to be pruning the trees behind me. So let's go do it. So today we have a book we're going to be using to help us figure out what to keep and not to keep. In this case, this is a Bartlett Pear. You can see here and here. It's actually all over this tree are areas that fruit and really flowers are going to come out. So we're going to try to keep as many of those as possible. My focus for all of these trees, so we have 2 apple, 2 pear, and 2 peaches, is to start shaping them. I have Greg here with me and our loppers, so he's going to help clip some stuff, and we're going to reference this book because it's pretty much a how-to of pruning anything, and that's what we're going to do today. So like I just showed you on the pear tree, apples have their own fruit tree spurs, and they're not super obvious to me what we're looking at here. I'm going to say, so again, focus that is a spur, but I'm really more concerned about shaping. So what we're going to do for this particular tree, and if I'm correct, this is, yep, a Honeycrisp. We're going to take down these lower branches. We're going to clean up this, and we're really focusing on shape. So also to keep it to a good height, we're going to cut tops back a bit. Not by a lot, but we're going to make them to a manageable height. Okay, so I'm going to have Greg make the cuts, and they're going to be flush with the side of the tree as close as possible. Oh, we have our loppers, so you can use a smaller pair of hand shears. That's all you have. Perfect, so let's go check those out. So this is what you're looking for when you're cutting your trees. And I've pruned fruit trees before, but I've never had any actually in the ground that I could work with. So that's why we're using a book for guidance. You're gonna cut it as close as possible. It's not perfect, but you get it as close as you can. And if you have some tar, you can help seal it. And yeah, we're gonna get the one in there too. So we're gonna make our way up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I came and cut and made an oops and split it down here. So I just grabbed some of my parafilm from our mushroom cloning supplies and wrapped it around. People use this a lot for tree grafting. So that'll seal itself, hopefully, and you can take it off in about a month or 2. Here at the top, we're gonna cut this down to size. So these taller strands, now if you wanted to grow a taller fruit tree, you can leave them. We don't want to, so we're gonna cut those off, these off, we'll put this back so they're around all the same height. And you got some clippers to do the job. And again, you're gonna cut it flush to
like right there.
There. Yeah, let me get that in focus. Oh, it does not want to go in focus. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we can clean that up and make it a little bit closer, but otherwise, that's the shape we're looking for. So we have Greg in front of the tree for height comparison. How tall are you? 5'8"?
5'10".
You're 5'10"? Really? Oh, I don't know why I didn't know that. So For all of our home orchard trees, we really want to cap them off around 6 feet just for ease of harvest for me because I'm shorter than 5'10". So this shape is going to work. So what we're going to do is now go over to our Honeycrisp. And same thing, we're going to take off some of that lower growth. And we don't really need to cut the tops back so far, but we are going to take those smaller branches on the top off again, and we'll show you what that looks like. Here is a much better example of an apple spur, which will eventually be a flower and an apple down the line. Those look awesome. So this one, we got all the lower growth off of there. So we're just going to clean up the top. All right, this one's all set. Now, sweetheart, what do you think about this lower branch here? Do you want to keep it or keep the top 4?
Because
just from here, it looks like it'll be lopsided.
Yeah, why don't we get rid of it?
You gonna get rid of it? All right.
Yeah, I might need the loppers for that one.
Yeah. So flooded back here. Tight. We'll just clean it up a little bit. Yeah, it's good enough. Oh man, that's a thick one. That'll be fine. So again, like if you had some paint or tar, you could seal up these cut areas. I'm not worried about it. They'll heal over. We're not due for snow for a while, and next couple days will be warm. So great. So that's what we're doing with the apples. And then ones that really need the most work is the pear and the peach on this side. Peach on this side, we're gonna slightly top to encourage branching. And then this pear doesn't really need that much work. So let's go over there. This is some kind of pear. What kind of pear is this?
Bartlett pear.
It's a Bartlett pear? All right. So if this is a branch, right, so it's already got topped before we bought it. So I'm considering all of these 1-year-old branches or 2-year-old branches. Go. That one you can clip. Okay. We're gonna thin it out anyways, so I think it'd be good to get rid of this and this. Okay. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are good, but I think we should get rid of that. Or do you think these two will be in competition?
No, they'll probably be fine.
I think it'll be fine for this year. We can always cut it off later.
Yeah.
Okay, so the general habit of all pear trees is to send up a great deal of tall whip-like branches from the center of the tree. So the pruner must work every year to keep the head of the tree down. It's not that tall this year. Okay. Deadwood, yeah, so you're gonna cut that off. Any interfering or crossing branches. Honestly, this looks like pretty good. I think it would be a good idea, just because the branches are so small. What if we just cut them back by 1/3 instead of by 2/3?
Yeah.
Like the side ones. So like, I'm considering from here to here a separate branch, right? So what's like 1/3 of that? Just cut a 45.
Like this?
Yeah. That seems fine. All right. And we have our plenty of fruit spurs on here. I mean, we got a decent amount of pears last year.
Yeah.
From just such a small tree. So okay, so then cut this one back by 1/3.
Like that, you think?
Honestly, you could probably go to like there. Yeah, why not? So in the young trees, when we bought these, I mean, they're probably only a couple years old, but it's like, this is gonna be year 2 on this property. Because we bought them, we put them in the ground last year around Easter, which is like April.
Yeah, that's pretty much this time of year, yeah.
Yeah. So they already kind of have a good base shape to them. So we're just clipping them back to maximize fruit growth. Because I'd rather have fewer pears that are bigger than a lot of teeny tiny pears. So, okay. don't know about this one, but I guess you could cut it back so like this is the top, or you think that looks alright?
This is probably fine as it is.
Okay, what about this one?
Cut it back to here.
Sure. Why not? I don't care. Okay. Same deal. Put this one to there. Those look really good though. We'll cut this one back into here.
Here?
Is that like a third? No, it's like a quarter. It's fine. Do you want to cut it back to like this part? We'll cut this nut off. Oh, it's rotted out anyways. We would have lost that anyways.
Should I cut the rest of that off, you think?
Yeah, why don't you just cut it so that's the top? No, above it. Perfect. Alright, do you want to leave these to what they're doing? Let's see. Knob like end. Yeah, I think this is fine. Well, we're gonna have to spray them before they start putting out flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think this is fine for this one. Alright, on to the next. Okay, now we're on the Anju. You see a shorter branch down there. This one has a lot less going on with it. So this one is gonna be fun to clip. So why don't we take this one and this one away. And take this one away. All right, looks good. Now these branches, this is more true to like what it says in the book, where it's growing like that. I just wish it wasn't so windy here. All of our trees are going on an angle. So this will be cool. So how about this? Let's get rid of these small ones, and then we're not really gonna get anything off those. I mean, we didn't really get any Anjus last year. It was all
No, there's like
Bartletts.
2 or 3.
Yeah, this is definitely a younger tree than the other one. This will turn into a branch. I can already tell it's gonna be sturdy. Let's keep. See, these are gonna be fruit. Why don't we get rid of this one? Let's get rid of this one and then those two. Okay, and then these two are gonna grow together. So, do you want to keep this one or that one?
Get rid of this one.
Okay. And we'll get rid of this one. Okay. I want to keep this because I want it to be going out that way. So now we got all the sides going. Alright, so let's refer to the book. One moment. Yeah. Worst case, if we mess this up, we'll just prune harder next year. Alright, so let's keep going. Wherever you see a third back, we'll just do all of them. The branches. Well, we'll see how these do, and if it like starts putting pears in a weird place, we can always chop those little teeny tiny ones off later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got all of them.
Cool. Did you do this one down there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'll call that one done. So this little peach whip is a Saturn Gold peach, which is like those donut peaches you'll see. And you can see so much growth on it. Let's see if I can get that in focus. I'll use the back of the book. There you go. You can see all this growth. We didn't have this last year. It's doing very, very well. That's pretty cool, huh? So, but I want to encourage lower branching, like you could see is starting right there. So we're just gonna cut off the very top of this. So it's not compromising the size, because when we planted it, it was probably only about that tall. So yeah, that much growth in a year, and it's gonna continue its lateral growth. And maybe like 2 or 3 years we'll have it be a similar size to these other trees, but it depends on its growth habits and fertilization and stuff like that. The last one is this blushing star.
Blushing star peach.
Yeah. So our second video we put out ever, we made peach peel jelly, and that was from peaches from this, but it's a hot mess, so we're gonna thin this out a lot. Yeah, we don't need you. This goes flying. Okay. Then I want to space them out. Cool. This one's dead too. Alright. Let's get rid of this one. See, this one's tough because like I feel like this branch should really come out. And we should focus on this. But like look how much there is to it.
Yeah.
I think this one's gotta go. Do you want to get the loppers?
Sure.
Because this is like curving in again, and I want stuff to go out like this branch is doing. So okay, so I think this one should, oh no, not that, not there. I think like there, that should go.
Right here?
Yeah. And then we can clean this up. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a better shape for it. Cool. This two little guys can go. Same 1, 2, 3, 4. This can go. The geese are coming back.
This one?
Yeah.
And this one?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see this is the shape we're going for. Okay, so we're getting there. Alright, now face it this way. Okay. Now that's fine. Okay, so all of these ones that are left, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can cut them all back by a third. It's so much simpler with our container plants because like it's in like a controlled environment most of the time. This is like I didn't start these. Yeah. Honestly, get rid of this. Get rid of the whole thing. I don't want it. This will be so much healthier. I almost don't even want this one either, but I'm gonna leave it.
Here?
Yeah. So this is what it looks like on closer inspection. You can see this is the angle I was mostly looking at here, trying to get that shape up. And there's plenty of fruiting buds on here. This was really prolific last year, but we also had some viral issues. So this is gonna get sprayed with oil in another several weeks. So we're gonna get tons of peaches. It's my prediction. And its shape is more of that funnel going out in the center. So sick. Thank you, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
So this has nothing to do with gardening, but you want to check out Greg's band? little snapshot into another part of our lives, and they're very well received every time they have a show. Fortunately, we get to go to a lot of their shows lately, and you know, we have a good time. So let's get back to some gardening content. So this is one I'm personally excited for. It's our hardy kiwi. We have a Anna hardy kiwi. So this is the one that's going to give us fruit, and I have one over there that's our male pollinator. So this one's going to be a lot easier to clip than our fruit trees, which I think we could have cut more off our fruit trees, but since it's the first year we're pruning them, I'm just going to keep it simple. Here's a close-up of our hardy kiwiberry vine. You can see there's a lot of spots. It's going to put out new growth. So we're not going to do that much up here. What I'm going to do is take this leaf off, and I'm going to cut this long piece back by a third just to toughen it up. I have this other branch coming out, which is no longer in focus. There you go. This one we're also going to cut back by a third because that's going to fruit for us. Now you can see I already tied it up to create a main branch, but I left these lower ones on here to help with root development. And these ones I'm going to cut off. This is like a sucker, which you can do to create another stem, but we're just going to stick with the one because I hear they get pretty gnarly. So let me get my shears. So pretty simple. These ones, I left them over winter to help with the roots, so we don't need them anymore. There you go. This is nice green in here. And obviously it's alive. I'll clean it up a little bit. There you go. Now when I first planted these, the plant was only about this tall. I made it through a whole winter, so it's obviously going to do well now. So then we're going to cut back by a third. You'll see in there. Also, let's get that focus. Nice and green. Over here, this little snip. Yeah, we're just gonna unwind it. Ooh, on there firmly. All right, that's all we're gonna do now. Now, when this starts growing more, I'm actually gonna tie it to here. So let's go over the other one. Same situation. Let some bottom shoots grow, which you can see all the way down here, just to help it store some energy for the winter. I was going to prune all their stuff in the fall, but fortunately somebody recommended, well, several people recommended not to. So same up here, and to the other side. This one won't fruit at all. This one's just for flowers. You can see here, ooh, back, actually a little deformed, so we're going to cut that there. Take this out, and we don't really need this, so I'll cut it back to this central stem here, so we can get that focused. There you go. That's it. These are done. So nice out today. So our berry bushes don't need any pruning right now. Everything we did with them was in the fall. So now we're just gonna tie them up to a higher trellis system when it gets warmer out. So the last thing we're gonna prune today are the grapes. According to this book, we are in our primary training, which is absolutely true. Ended up having one vine. I think I tied another one down here because I didn't really know what to do with it. So, main trunk headed 3 inches above the stake. I think I had it turned a little bit lower. That's okay, I can always fix that. Let's see. Ties. Hold on. So it's our first year with it. We're not having it go to like the very top of the stake here. So I'm gonna cut it above here. So when the new growth comes, we're gonna go along this fence. So it said 2 inches above the bud at the stem, something like that. Now this one. Still on? Alright. So this is obviously going to be our main stem here. Don't know how I feel about this placement. We're getting some more grapes that we're going to put in a different part of our yard. Now down here, we have this lateral stem, which I left because it had leaves on it and I wanted it to help the roots. But I don't think we need it anymore, so we're going to get rid of it. Later. Right. That's pretty easy. So I'm just going to clean up like this crap and the dead stuff, and then I think we're good with the grape. Okay, now reviewing the book, I don't think it really matters how much of this I left above this bud, but you can see there's clearly a bud there and a little bud here. So this one and this one are going to be the ones where I'll allow growth, and anything below here from spring we're going to snip off. So these will be our 2 main growth points, and we'll just let it go all along this fence here. So that's going to look pretty cool. So in the interest of protecting this bud, I'm just going to leave this here, and that's all we're doing with it. As an added bonus, I'll show you how we're pruning our hops. We didn't get a ton of growth on them last year. We got enough. So, whenever you prune your hops, you're gonna wait till late winter. You're gonna wait till late winter as well. Then you're gonna cut them back, no matter how long your vine got, to about 4 to 6 inches. So for us, that's about there. So, hard prune, and that's it. And it'll keep growing when the spring comes. So, I think these are the 2 that died. There's a good one. This one's going all the way up this rope. Same thing, 4 to 6 inches. The rhizome is doing what it needs to do. This will all grow back. We don't need these. It's already got all the energy it needs from before it went dormant. So these will grow. This one in particular looks amazing. Oh, look at that. Nice and thick. I think that's the best looking one. So we're actually gonna fix this up and get a different trellising system going. But that's all we gotta do for now. And they will grow when the time comes, when they're ready. I hope any of this was helpful to you. If you have your own backyard orchard, berries, vines, whatever you're growing, we're learning right alongside you, but we're doing what we can. I'll tell you in the future we can expect from our backyard orchard is that we're going to keep them at a certain level, which means we're not going to be doing more or less approved like orchard practices for how you're going to shape your tree and let it get like 20 feet tall. We're going to keep them on the shorter side. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please put it in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to check out our link tree in the description, if you want to send us a tip, we have Venmo and Cash App. You can also check us on our other social media channels. I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. Here's an update in chicken world. Our water heater is still working, and it's our first day that every single girl is laying, so we're officially getting 6 eggs a day, and aren't they just so pretty? I love our Wyandotte eggs. Sometimes they're more of that light brown, but sometimes they come out this beautiful pale lavender. I love it. We have our own tupa birds here, wondering why taking their eggs away. But saying hi nonetheless. Hi, girls. One thing I'm really thankful for this winter is that we haven't had any parasite issues, no mites, no lice, no respiratory infections. It's been awesome. And tomorrow, since I'm running out of light here, I'm gonna be cleaning out their coop and knocking it back since we're gonna have some more warmer days, or at least some warmer nights, and give them some fresh bedding. It's gonna be good.